Okay, guys, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Can you hear you?
Right,
Can you hear us?
So, Ian, do you want to take it away and start off with Ben's list on the left-hand side? And Sean has given him initiative.
So Ben is Mario. Excellent. Right, Ben is, of course, flying Scum. He's flying all the fours. He's got Dale and Oberus with Afterburners, Shield Upgrade, Advanced Sensors, Elusive, and Virago for all the dodgy goodness. He's got Graz with a Cloak and Device and Outmaneuver. Graz being the one where you defend. If you're behind the attacker, roll one additional defense die. When you perform an attack, if you're behind the defender, roll one additional attack die. So obviously looking to combo that with Outmaneuver. And then he's got Tyranny Kulda with Proton Rockets. Obviously they've got all the tricks with the Bullseye Ox, and hopefully he'll get that against the Decimator.
So on the other side, we've got Sean, who's done his usual thing, which is he's taken a lovely archetype off the internet. He's got Darth Vader, who we all know and are terrified of, the Dark Sith Lord. He's got Hate and Afterburners, which are pretty standard upgrades for Vader, but then he's taken Passive Sensors, which is one of the more controversial ones. Really useful against Pirate Skill 6 Aces, which Ben has none of. So I'm sure we'll be able to wind him up about the extra point he's wasted.
I hope so.
And then he's got Shiranu, the big scary Decimator. So obviously it's got bonuses for the reinforce, so if he's smart he'll be reinforcing. That's got Intimidation, which is obviously if he's at range there he rolls 1 for your defense dice, which is usually really good with Boinkin, so we'll see how much he's going to bump. Advanced Proton Torps, which are a big heavy hit out the front. Grand Inquisitor, so you can do some extra actions that way. Emperor Palpatine for a bit more dice modification, because he'll be reinforcing a lot. Proton Bombs for a little bit of bomb threat if Graz tries to follow him. Hull Upgrade to make it a bit tankier, and then Dauntless so that he still gets his action while bumping, and that'll allow him to trigger Intimidation and still reinforce, which is a nice little combo. But yeah.
Okay, guys, do we want to take a second and mention the fact that we've got an interesting combination here, because we've got Sean, who's chosen Grand Inquisitor Crew on rack, and then we've got Ben, who's chosen Advanced Sensors on Dalen Oberos, and both of those trigger at the same time. So if I put the cards up on the screen now, then everyone at home will be able to see, and that is in the middle of the overlay as we speak. So if I read them out, it says that Advanced Sensors is after you reveal your dial, you may perform one action. If you do, you can't perform another action during your activation. And Grand Inquisitor says after an enemy ship at range 0 to 2 reveals his dial, you may spend 1 force and perform a white action on your action bar, treating the action as red. So we actually had a discussion last night, didn't we, Ian, about how this would work?
We did, yeah. Sean, with that cheeky little 1 point bid, he's gone from, he might have had a bit of difficulty because, well, now what the Starfighter's like. It has the ability to just go in anywhere. It dials in a 3 bank, but it could literally go in any direction. The beauty with this combo and him being player 2 is that he'll get to not only see what the maneuver is, but if he's going to advance sensors before it. So if he's going to barrel roll or do anything, he knows exactly where it's going to be. He knows where his Decimator is going to go, and he can take that free action to just try and keep arcs on him.
Yeah, it took me a little while to get my head around how it worked on who would activate first. So, Connor, you weren't privy to this conversation. What would your take be on it? Because we've then
Um,
looked it up, and we've also asked other people and got a definitive answer. But we'll see what you come up with.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that Dalen would do it first because of, obviously, initiative does it in this, but also because of just the pilot ship initiative. I think that if there's a timing window, it usually goes like the Pet Skill 1 stuff does theirs first, but I might be totally wrong because I haven't played X-Wing in ages. So I'm
Actually,
pretty
it goes off player numbers.
Right.
So player one's does the queuing rule.
Yeah.
So player one's trigger gets added to the end of the queue, then player two,
Yeah.
and you resolve them from the start of the queue.
Yeah.
So in this case, advanced sensors would trigger, and then obviously you've got the nasty decimator.
Yeah. But obviously, if it hadn't been for that cheeky 1 point, then it might have been different.
I mean, the thing. No, go on.
The benefit that the Decimator's got in this game is that he's moving after it anyway. But obviously the ability to see where the Starviper's going to end up means that he can do the nasty combo of rotating his arcs if he needs to and still getting that reinforced token, which is really important on Shiranu.
Yeah.
Because the Decimator's a zero agility ship, so it tanks up damage. And reinforced just helps mitigate a bit of that. And obviously, Shiranu's ability is entirely based around which arc he's reinforcing. So just having that extra action to reinforce is really handy.
Wait, what we were talking about as well is because the Decimator is moving fast, if you know you're going to bump, because obviously you know where stuff's going,
Yeah.
if you know you're going to bump, you can just make sure you spin the arc, even if you get the shot. It is quite good. I mean, bizarrely, the players don't know exactly what they were playing, but there's a couple of little things that may come up. I mean, you've got the Kamogula's ability to... Does it strip a green token? Unless it takes a damage?
Yeah, it's green token of damage.
Each enemy ship in the bullseye suffers 1 damage unless it removes a green token.
Aye. I mean, that could have been interesting because obviously you've got your reinforcers, a green token.
Yeah.
Not such a big deal with the Decimator. I think the Decimator would just take the 1 hit to cancel what could effectively be 3 auto hits from everybody else.
Yeah.
But if there was some way you could get that off, strip the reinforce and just hammer it.
Yeah.
And just so you know, guys, we've now got people in the chat. We've got people from across the pond watching and listening.
No, free.
Hello, everybody. We apologise for our accents.
Yeah. And
you can get subtitles on this, right?
I'm sure we can come up with a way of doing it.
it depends whether the software even detects what we're saying, because that's got to understand us first. That's the issue.
Fair point. If we can get something to translate Geordie into actual English,
yeah, that might help.
Something to translate it.
So it's already looking a bit downhill. Graz has just took a nasty hit from the Decimator.
Yeah, and
it's dealt him a weapons failure.
I was just going to say the crit is a weapons failure.
Yeah.
The thing about this build is all you're gonna take from the Decimator is nasty hits.
Yeah. Especially with Palp.
And the abilities to swap the crits and everything. I've played against this with a couple of 2-ship lists, and it's just sad days. You think, range 3, I'll be safe there, but you're still taking hit crit.
Yeah.
I've flown it with Bubba, and you think, I'll just get in the range 1, and then all of a sudden he fires the rockets, and it's like 5 dice, and still sad day.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to admit it, but Sean's done the right approach. Because obviously he set up everything after he set up opposite Graz, which Graz really doesn't like. Because obviously what Graz wants to do is sort of skirt the board away from the opponent to then get behind them, and then he pulls off his ability plus outmaneuver and can do quite a bit.
Yeah.
unfortunately, Sean knows this and has just charged straight at him. But that was quite a nasty hit considering the fact that Graz is also cloaked, and still managed to take a shielded hit and a crit.
And
it's like I said,
it secured Sean half points, so he's already, after 10 minutes, he's 28 points up.
Yeah. I mean, Sean's list quite nasty, because of the fact that I really don't know which ship to go after first. Because the Decimator can take some damage. Decimator takes a lot of damage with zero agility, but it's got a lot of health to it, and you don't really want to leave Vader to do his own thing. Because if Vader's not taking shots, he's got all his force, he's got his target lock for his rerolls, and he generally does like free hits as well. But obviously Vader's got the added agility and the force itself in order to keep him alive. So I really don't know which one's a better primary target.
It's interesting that Sean's choosing to keep Vader with Rack. I thought he would have set up opposite sides to try and split the force, which he might come to do that.
Yeah.
Right, you've got to think that the Death is going to turn in now.
Yeah.
And I can see Vader maybe trying to sneak around the side.
Yeah, because with the afterburners as well, Vader can get a pretty good angle around there in case Graz decides to try and run. I don't know whether he was hoping that he could try and shoot Graz with both of them, and that's why they've grouped, or whether it's just the fact that it means that he can fire all his shots onto one ship later on, which is quite important with two ships.
It's going to be, obviously, the movement on the next round is going to be quite interesting. I want to know what the Star Viper is going to do.
Yeah, because
I really
the Star
want to see
Viper's
it dance.
like, the Star Viper's got a few options, because this is the thing, like, with it being able to barrel roll beforehand, it could go towards the two rocks and sort of run upwards and away from it. The only issue is then that leaves Tarani by itself.
He's done a 2 straight.
Yeah, in the barrel roll. Or what looks to be a barrel roll.
I think it could have been, if he'd maybe done a 3, he would have had the option for afterburners as well.
Yeah.
Linked with the barrel roll, he could have maybe swung around the back of the gas.
Yeah.
That's so cool though. Cheeky barrel roll.
Such a fun ship. If the Decimator has banked in, it could be a nasty shot for the Star Viper because obviously it's untokened, but at the same time it's going to be quite a nasty return shot from Tarani.
I was going to say, I don't know whether or not Sean would have chased the Viper. I think he's got easy points.
Yeah, I think and more shots at Graz is probably what he's going to do.
They're actually being remarkably quiet as they're playing.
Yeah,
Marvel professional.
Yeah.
Are the sneakily listening?
No, they can't. Unless they're streaming it themselves on Twitch, but it's a 20-second delay. So, and I did warn them that I wouldn't bring them into chat on stream without giving them warning because I know what the language can be like.
Yeah.
And we try to make it family friendly.
But they'll be hearing.
It's that, Sean.
Nah, I think obviously I know Ben plays a lot of Scum. I think they'll both have their list down. They'll know what they're doing. They'll probably know what their opponent's doing. It's quite good when you see obviously people that know their lists. They seem to be in the zone and playing.
Yeah.
This is going to be a nasty roll. It's a range 1 Vader on a tokenless Star Viper. This might sting. This is really going to sting because he's got that focus. providing Sean remembers. Yeah, so he changes one to a crit with Vader.
Yeah.
And then is he spending force or focus?
I think the focus is the smart bet, possibly.
Yeah, you're trading it for one, because you never. You might take a couple of shots here.
Is it Vader's got 3 force, and if needs be, he's also got the Palpatine from Shiranu if he ends up focusing fire on Vader, but I don't know whether that's a smart move. Look, I'm range 2-3. Yeah, Sean spent the focus there. That's a nasty one.
And takes 2 shields off Dalen.
Yeah, I take it that was elusive that he used
To reroll.
to reroll. Did he roll?
Yes.
I
Yes, it
evade,
was.
and then yeah.
Yeah.
That's elusive spent, which means that the Starlight has to do a red move now to get that back. Don't if it wasn't a bad shout. Depends. That's Sean taking a shot at the Viper again. Or he's trying to decide.
We've got Kaz in the chat saying, "Say hi if you're watching." We have
Is
got
that
people.
Is that Kaz from Kaz Wing?
That's the one.
Hi, Kaz. I think there's literally 2 people that got that joke, but
just the devoted Newcastle X-Wing stream followers. There's not many.
Yeah.
the best people.
So that was another shot at Dalen there from the Decimator, which I think was a tough call because he had range 2 Star Viper or range 1 into Graz, and both are quite damaged.
Yeah.
But I suppose that he's trying to get the Star Viper down now because Graz is a lot easier to mark than the Viper, and the crit was loose stabilizer, which is quite a nasty one.
I was just
I suppose the added bonus of the Viper is that like because you've got that banky barrel roll, he can sort of angle himself in any direction he wants now, and then do a straight maneuver sort of thing.
Yeah, stay away your barrel roll as
Yeah.
opposed to worrying about where you're trying to guess the maneuver.
Stay with that, and then just do a straight, and then clear it sort of thing. But at
Yeah.
the same time, you could just not do a straight and just trick Sean. That's a Desi shields down though.
It is, yeah. That's quite a bit of damage. It's still not half point on the Desi though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a long way to go.
It is, yeah. The threshold's
It's like trying to
9.
chop down a tree.
Would you believe the threshold's 9 on that Decimator?
9.
Yeah, I've tried chopping
Yeah,
my way through it.
So without looking, guys, what do you think? Ship and hull, which side has got more? Without adding up, just as a quick guess, what would you think?
It's got to be Sean.
I don't know, actually, because Virago had shields as well, doesn't it? I'm gonna say the
Yeah.
Desi. Look at the size of it.
Yeah. You could fit those 3 ships in that one, let alone add Vader.
Aye, it's like a tiny slipper for a Death Star.
Although Vader did do Vader things that turn as well, in the fact that he managed to get shot at and didn't evade it.
Should I tell you who's got the most ship and hull?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
They're identical on 22.
Alright, then they go.
They're
Ah.
identical. However, the agility as opposed to attack dice Ben has got 9 attack dice to Sean's 5 and has 6 defense dice to Sean's 3.
Yeah. However, that's where Sean's scary death missiles and Vader's ability to pull it back.
Wait, what's weird is, you look at something like the Decimator and you're going, wait, it's got no agility. But it's you've got to focus fire on it, and when it's got reinforce up, it's surprising just how much that kicks in.
Yeah. Sure.
If you're only putting 2 hits through, all of a sudden it's 1.
Yeah. Tyranno's a really good pilot for that, as I said, because like one of the issues with Reinforce is the fact that it's not offering much on offense natively, which in a 2-ship list you need a lot of offense, whereas Tyranno totally negates that by going it lets you mod an eye.
Yeah.
Which is something. So, no, Tyranno isn't nasty. Tyranno's also got a pet skill 5, which is really nice because it's just that for most things that aren't aces, you're going to be able to see where they are and then sort of put the reinforce perfectly forward. And then on the flip side, against aces, there's less of them in general, so you're taking less hits. It's a solid ship. I'm quite interested to see what the Kimagura is going to do.
I want to know what Graz is going to do.
Well, this is it, because he's got that cloak. You could always decloak down and then turn in and try and catch the Desi, or I don't know. It's a rough spot because you don't want to be near the Desi.
Even if you get the bump on the Desi, although I'm not sure whether or not Vader would be able to swing round and get shot.
Yeah.
But he has got intimidation on the Desi, yeah?
Yeah. And Dauntless, so he bumps, he can still do an action for a stress. What's really nasty is the fact that if you do a maneuver to bump him, you can use Grand Inquisitor to take an action, and then he reveals a blue maneuver which clears the stress from Grand Inquisitor, but then because he's bumped you, he gets Dauntless. So even if you go for the bump, he's still getting 2 actions, and he's dropping your agility for Vader to shoot. It's a really nasty combo.
And at that point, he's reinforced in the right direction, and he's got your lock ready for next turn.
Yeah. Well, this is it. The reinforce and the lock on the Tyranno is nasty, because you've got eye modifications in the form of Tyranno himself with a reinforce, and then you've got Emperor Palpatine for a second one, and then you've got the Targovac reroll blanks. So it's really impressive to have a ship bump, still be fully modded, and also dropping their agility. There's no nice way to fight the Decimator.
This is going to be interesting because I like where that Kimagura is.
Yeah.
If I'm even saying that right.
Okay, so Ben's going to barrel
as long as
roll
there's,
here.
as long as there's a K in there, you're fine.
Oh. My tiny brain cannot comprehend where that ship can go.
Ben's got a miss trigger. He forgot to decloak Graz.
I wonder if he was planning to try and bump with a Kimagura.
And he's missed rolling for Graz for his crit. But they're aware of that because I've just been in chat.
Sweet.
So that was rolling for the stealth device, was it?
Yeah. Because at the end of... Is it the end of every turn you've got to roll for stealth device and then it can drop? Well, it doesn't... Yeah, it spends a charge and drops, but then you've got 2 charges.
So at the start of the planning phase...
Yeah.
Yeah, at the start planning phase, you have to roll 1 attack dice, and on a focus result, decloak or discard your cloak token.
Yeah. Did they confirm whether it was elusive that was spent before? Just the charge is still there from when the Starlight were defended.
Yeah, and that doesn't come back until he's done the red.
Right. Just there was a reroll there, I think. Yeah, red player rolled 3 dice and got 1 evade and 1 eye. Red player rolled 1 dice and got 1 evade. Was it range or something? I can't remember. I'm trust that they know what they do.
I think you should just get extra evades again, Sean.
Did the Star Viper move?
Just because he keeps beating us.
Did the Star Viper do his too hard?
Yeah, I think he do
He
that.
did the barrel roll.
I will tell you. Let's just have a quick look.
Yeah, I had a quick look in the action box, but I couldn't see anything.
If this decimator's just gone straight forward.
Just obviously if it did the too hard, it's also triggered the stabilizer, so that'll have popped off and given him another damage.
Yeah. Oh, in arc and it's range 1.
Oh, God. It's Vader time. Oh, no. Change one window, Kurt.
And he's gone.
Oh, that was nasty.
It was.
Oh, did the Desi just bump the Star Viper and not the Camogular?
Yes.
Oh, no.
I don't think... No, the other way around. I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's bumped the but what did the Star Viper do? I'm still confused as to what the Star Viper actually did in its turn. Did do 1 forward and then do a barrel roll.
That's entirely possible.
I mean, it's dead. So it's not doing much now. This isn't looking good for the poor Timagola.
Just needs to roll a ton of crits here. With just one. Few leaks into direct hits and all the damage. Oh wait, no, it hit the wrong ship, didn't it? Can't even shoot the Desi.
They were just asking for confirmation there whether it was Tarani or Dalen that he bumped.
Yeah.
Aye.
We all wish it was Dalen. Just to save him from what you can.
Yeah.
I mean, this is now a rough game.
It is. It's a lot. It's going to be a long 45 minutes if it goes that long.
Yeah.
The thing is, he's gonna take shots this turn, and I don't know. Does he try and do a raid maneuver to spin around and pray for bullseye?
I think Caitlin's not a bad shout. It gets you a shot to try and half a decimator and close some points in. I think one of the things is that like Vader could still die. Is that what I've learnt with Vader is that Vader at some point will blank out, and when he does, that's it. He's going to take just a pile of damage and that's him gone. Which is ideally what you want to happen. But even then, I think even a half-health decimator versus a Kamigola is quite a tough match for the Kamigola, especially with moving after him.
You mentally do that. I'm going to drop in behind a big ship here, and I'm just going to chase it. I'm just going to keep hammering it. And against any other ship, but this thing's just going to reinforce out the butt and spin its arc and just keep shots on you. And I'm hoping Sean might put Vader on that rock. That would be helpful.
Sean might do his classical trick of flying off the board.
Rack is stressed, so he can't rotate his turret either.
And he won't be able to. He won't be able to Grand Inquisitor when he reveals either.
No, because that's a white maneuver that gives you. Yeah, that's a white action. If he doesn't blue, he can spin it as his action, but then he doesn't get the reinforce. Which, to be fair, at this point, isn't a bad trade-off, really.
Yeah. Try and play in a bit of space around the side. At this point, he doesn't need to chase him.
Yeah, and he's by doing that, he's cleared stress and then taken the reinforce.
Yeah. He's set himself up to drop a nasty bomb next turn as well.
Oh, yeah. And he's range 2 as well, so as soon as the guy reveals his maneuver, he's going to get the free spin arc next turn.
Yeah.
And the issue is that even if the Kamigola runs away to avoid the bomb, the Kimigola's dial is not going to make it easy to get back in combat. But on the other hand, I don't really know how many other options the Kamigola had.
He could flip the table.
He could flip the table.
No, we don't want to flip the table.
Flipping the table is great fun.
I don't know whether or not you can chew through the Desi. If you get half points, I mean, that's a lot of points.
Yeah. In a tournament setting, that's probably the correct move, is just keep firing on it with 0 agility in the hopes you get some points.
The thing as well, Tyranni's ability, if he's in bullseye, so that means that he can't use green tokens to modify.
It can't use green tokens. Oh, that's the ship's ability, isn't it? Did they do the other part of his ability?
The take a damage or remove a green token.
Green token, yeah. I don't think they did. Oh, well. That could have been helpful. I mean, to be fair, it would have been an extra damage either way, because if he drops the reinforce, he takes another damage. Well, actually, he rolled hit crit, and Sean took a hit and a crit, so he must have dropped the reinforce.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
To not take the damage.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's better that way around, because then if the Kamigola had blanked out, he would have took no damage. Whereas if he'd take the damage, keep the reinforce, he would have took 1 damage minimum.
Because he's only taking shots from the one ship.
Yeah,
Ben has only just
one,
twigged.
So you're blocking 1 damage.
Ben's only just twigged that Sean's got bombs.
Yeah, that's it. It's how it always is with bombs. You forget about them right up until the point where, I mean, luckily that's not how bombs work, from how that one came out, that decimator.
What you want to do is pray that ship has a reverse.
Yeah, this would be a good time.
Well, Ben's words were, "Oh no, you've got bombs," and then he said, "But to be fair, I don't think there's anything I could have done anyway to get out of the range of it."
Yeah.
So, I don't think he's far from being right, to be honest.
Yeah.
No, it's not the most agile ship.
No.
That's the best time to remember your opponent's got bombs.
It is.
When they're placing it down and you've dialed in the manoeuvre that parks you on the bomb.
Yeah.
That's when I do all my remembering.
It's
And
always
it's too late to physically do anything about it.
There can be ships like the Skurg on a table where their entire shtick is just that they drop bombs, and you just forget right up until the point where your opponent goes, "I'm going to drop a bomb," and you go, "Oh yeah, that's all that ship does."
Yeah, you watch your opponent bring about 12 templates over to the table, and you're going, "Oh no, he's got bombs."
I know.
And then 2 turns later, you're landing on 8 bombs. Going,
Yeah.
I knew he had bombs.
They were there.
Did Sean take the free spinny turret there?
Sean took a free lock action, did he?
Yeah, he took a lock.
Yeah. It's not a bad shout. Like,
He's already facing backwards.
He doesn't need to rotate.
I think he's just gonna 1 forward here. Yeah. He doesn't need to do anything fancy, just 1 forward reinforce.
Yeah.
Just keep pummeling. Like, in a 1-on-1 match, you'll struggle to match the damage that Decimator can do.
And he's still got
just
Vader
because
sitting there.
Yeah, this is it. Like as I said, Vader can be very fickle depending on how green dice roll, but like he's keeping him back to just do some shots if the Desi doesn't do it before it has to turn around, sort of thing.
To be fair though, you would still take Vader over Tirani in a 1-on-1.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's surprising just how you... Wait, I'm saying it's surprising. Having that extra force and the ability to take multiple actions in that.
Yeah.
I'm just pleased that ship can't evade.
Yeah. If Vader could evade or naturally boost, either evade or naturally boost, he'd be crazy. But I quite like Vader as he is, even without those 2 things. Like, he's, 68 points, is it?
Wait, Vader's turn around now.
In the format that Sean's got him at here, with passive sensors, afterburners and hate, he's 79 points.
Yeah, which is
just
slightly more than I pay for Kylo base. He's a solid little ship for it. And obviously that's fully tricked out Vader, so Sean's given him the ability to boost. He's given him passive sensors, which I'm not as big a fan of, or fire control, but I can see why it's useful. And then hate, which is solid on him. It's an awesome little ship for how much you pay for it.
Right, he's turned Vader around now, so next turn Vader's in the position where he can get himself into trouble. Yeah. So we just gotta hope Ben survives this round.
Yeah. Which will depend entirely on this roll.
Yeah, and he's already lost 1 shield because of the proton. Well.
Yeah. Sean's just rolled 3 hits. Oh no, he didn't roll yet, that's fine. He's rolled worse than the 3 hits.
Does he get to turn that other hit into a crit? There must be something he can do.
No, luckily he rolled a hit rather than an eye, so he doesn't get to use that. But Sean does have Wounded Pilot. Which I think is stress if you do an action.
Yeah. After you perform an action, roll 1 attack dice on a hit or a crit to gain 1 stress token.
I'm glad to see that.
They missed the trigger, but they've realised.
Yeah. I mean, one of the issues is even if like the Desi gets quite wounded and has to run, the Desi's still having an impact on the game because of Palp. So it's effectively making Vader a 4-force ship if he is forced to run with it. Not that I think it's going to come down to that, but...
Here we go, range 2, all the crits. Oh, he's trying. What's the crit?
Console fire. It's an alright one. It's going to cost him one of his actions.
I don't know. What health's he got left?
7.
You just take the damage next turn, deal the locks, and just try and get the ship off the table.
Like, this is
Oh no!
he's shooting everything before the Kimigola, so Vader's gonna get back in.
I was gonna say Vader's shooting him as well.
To be fair, I don't think Sean spent the lock, so he can even use his 2 actions flipping that and taking the reinforce and still being perfectly fine.
Oh, he's still within range 2, isn't he?
Yeah.
They're going through. They've just done exactly the same conversation that we've just done. They were just double checking exactly what hull Sean had left, counting up. But I didn't jump in because they were getting it right. So
Yeah.
Well, ones that like I'm really interested in trying at some point, but
then they've got.
I just really don't know how effective he's going to be.
That opening with the bump and everything, it really hurt him because the annoying thing about the decimator is, other than all the shots and all the tricks it can do, it's a big area that you not have to and you it.
It's lovely how big point on running. So it's 106 because
It's not good around that whole reach. It's what that you sort of got to repair because like your tits that like a few hit will just kill you.
He's